is the electric field lines or the electric lines of force. Now here we understand what actually it is electric field lines. Suppose we have a charge and that charge is the positive charge, charge plus q, and there is the field of this charge. Whenever we place a unit positive test charge, that is the q naught, it is the unit positive charge. What we observe here, this will experience, the unit positive charge will experience a force of repulsion and it start moving. It start moving outward. The motion of the unit positive test charge is outward. Motion is outward. So the path followed by the unit positive charge, will represent the electric field lines or the electric lines of force. So here the path followed by the unit positive charge will represent the electric line of force. The term we use the force, but actually it is the path. The path where the unit positive charge will move, and this path will represent the direction of the electric field also. That from the positive it is outward. But if we consider the negative charge here, negative q, and it has the field of this negative q has the field, and at the field of the negative charge, if we place the unit positive charge q naught, that is the unit positive charge, then again here the force act, and that force will move the unit positive charge towards the negative, so it will follow the path, and that path will represent again the electric field lines or the electric lines of force. So the path is the electric lines of force. Path is the path by the unit positive charge is the electric lines of force. We have a better understanding that electric lines of force is nothing. It is the only path, and the path which followed, which moved by the unit positive charge, which is known as electric lines of force. So here we will write the electric lines of force. It is the path followed by the path followed by the unit positive charge in an electric field when it is free to move. That is the electric field lines. Now, electric field lines may be straight or the curve. It is, or we can write electric field lines may be straight. Electric field lines may be straight or curve. What is electric field lines? That is the path. So path may be straight or curved. Path, that is the electric field lines, the path may be straight or curved. If we consider the straight path, that means the test charge is moving, the unit positive test charge is moving in a straight path. It is the path. And this path, the direction of the unit positive charge, represent the electric field direction. And in a state condition, that is the state path. What we observe here? The direction of the here it is the direction of motion of unit positive charge gives the direction or represent the direction, better to write represent the direction of electric field. It is the case for straight path. This is for straight path followed by the unit positive charge. But when we consider the curve, on that case the tangent to that, it is the curve path. Then let's suppose there is the A point, here it is the B point. So we draw the tangent to the point, and this tangent will represent the direction of the electric field. In this path, that E1 and E2, for that is the different direction of electric field, and this is the curve path. And in this curve path, the unit positive charge, that is unit positive charge, is moving. So that is the curve path followed by the unit positive charge, and at this the point where we consider the tangent will represent the direction of electric field. Now for the curve path, the direction of electric field is the tangent to the point represent the direction of electric field. In the curve path, the tangent to the point represent the direction of electric field. So this is the two path followed by the unit positive charge. For the straight path, the direction of the electric field is along the direction of motion of the test charge, and for the curve path, the electric field direction is drawn by the tangent to the point, and this is the one case. Now the electric lines of force also represent the strength at the region. That means if the number of electric lines of force, the strength of the electric field is directly proportional to the number of the electric lines of force. Here, the strength of the electric field is directly proportional to the The strength of the electric field is directly proportional to the number of how do you write the number of electric lines of force. Electric lines of force at that region. Here, if this region have the number of electric lines with greater density, suppose, and the same region but same area in the different region have less number of electric lines of force, so on that case we will say that this number of electric lines represent the strong field, and here it is the weak field. So number of electric lines of force to that region, to any region, will represent the field strength, whether it is strong, whether it is greater or weak. That is we know about the number of electric lines of force. Now, the property of electric lines of force. See the properties of electric lines of force. Properties of electric lines of force of electric lines of force, or it is also known as electric flux lines, electric flux line or electric field lines. So the properties, first property is the electric lines always start from positive and end to the negative. That is the first one. The electric lines always start from positive. Lines always start from positive and end to the negative. Here it is, part is the negative part. It will end to the negative. That is the first property. Electric lines of force start from positive charge and end to negative charge. Second point, the electric lines of force generate or terminate always perpendicular to the surface of the charge. Let's suppose this is the positive charge, and if we consider here, the field lines always start or move perpendicular, means the angle is of the surface to the normal to this one, normal of the surface, and the electric field lines are always perpendicular, that is to the surface 90 degree perpendicular to the surface, or terminate perpendicular to the surface. The electric field lines originate or generate electric field lines originate or terminate perpendicular to the surface of the charge. To the surface of the charge. Third point, the electric field lines will not move through the conductor. Suppose here is the field of positive charges and the plate of positive, and it is the plate of negative charge, and any conductor is placed in between the plates of positive and negative charge. On that case, whatever the charge is in a conductor, that comes at the surface of the conductor, and this charge means inside the conductor, it is the conductor. Inside the conductor, net value of the charge is 0, and no electric field lines inside the conductor. The field lines only move from the positive and will terminate to the negative, and here it will generate or originate from the positive and move to the negative. Always it is perpendicular to generate or to terminate to the surface. But inside the conductor there is no electric field lines, because they are inside the conductor, no charge is there. But in case of insulator, that is the dielectric, in case of here fourth point, in case of dielectric, that is insulator, if we consider the insulator, that is the dielectric, on that case it is the positive plate, positive is here, and here we consider the negative. So in case of the dielectric, on that negative will be generated at the one end of the dielectric, and another end of the dielectric it has the positive. So inside the dielectric or inside the insulator, that there is the electric field that is induced, and outside it is the positive to negative in opposite direction. So in these two, in case of the conductor, there is no electric field lines inside the conductor, but in case of dielectric, it has the electric field lines, that is due to the polarization or induced electric field line opposite to the applied electric field line. So this is the property. Now fifth property is what? Just two electric field lines never intersect each other. That is the fifth point. Two electric field lines never intersect each other. That means there is no two field lines never intersect at the point. It is because at the point it will represent the two field direction, that is the E1, later it will be the E1 direction, and here it is of the E2 value. The two field lines never lie at a single point, and it is impossible. So the two field lines never, the two electric field at a point, here we see the two electric field of the same charge will not be lie at a point. So the electric field lines never intersect each other. It is impossible. Now the sixth point is sixth property, that is the electric field lines that contract longitudinally, that is lengthwise. Electric field line contract longitudinally, that is lengthwise. That the contraction means the path towards from positive to the negative, it will arrange their path to move to the negative from the positive, and for that it will contract, and the contraction will be the lengthwise. So the electric field lines contract longitudinally. Now seventh point is the electric field lines exert pressure to each other, that is called lateral pressure. Here you see the seventh point here. It exerts lateral pressure, that is lateral pressure means the sidewise pressure. That means here it is the positive, this one is the negative. So these field lines, lateral pressure means it will not meet, it will exert pressure to one to the another field lines, and it never meet, any lines never meet each other, and that is the lateral pressure, sidewise pressure. So these are the property. We have 7 properties that electric field lines generate or generate from the positive, terminate to the negative perpendicularly to the surface. That is the two property together. No field lines, two field lines meet at a point or intersect at a point. It always the contract longitudinally and it exert pressure sidewise, that is the lateral pressure. There is no field lines in a conductor, but in case of insulator they have the field lines. So these are the property. Now in case of isolated charges, the electric field lines always straight, but for isolated charge, the electric field lines are straight. This is the positive. It will start from the positive, or we can say originate from the positive and terminate to the negative. In case of the isolated, and this is the straight path, that is the straight field lines. But for isolated, whether it is positive or negative, the field lines that terminate or end straight to the isolated charge, like this. And the lines, whatever represented here, these lines will give the strength also. If the lines are small, that means the electric field is small for that charge. Now for the two charges for two similar charges, on that case the electric field lines produce the neutral point. Either it is for the positive, so it will generate like this. From here also, these are the electric field lines which oppose to each other, and these are the lines. And for case of the negative, it is just moves the field lines appears to end to the negative, and here is the neutral point, and neutral point. That means it is the space where there is no field lines, no electric field. No electric field in this region. Either for the positive or if we consider the negative, on that case also there is the neutral point. But in case of the two different charges for two different charges, on that case it is suppose positive here and this is the negative. So from positive to negative, it is just like that. From positive it appears like this and end to this one, negative charge. So these are the arrangement of the field lines, and the important point again that field lines are imaginary, but the field represented by the field lines are real. Electric field are real, but the electric field lines are imaginary. So next day we will see about the charges in the field and the behavior of the charge in the field. Thank you.